I need you to lie still for me. Can you tell me your name?
Around 13 car wrecks occur every minute in America. Here's how many car wrecks have occurred just since the start of this video. In fact, nearly 117 people will die in the nearly 19,000 car wrecks that will happen today. The tragic part is that a lot of the people in those wrecks will have done nothing wrong to cause the wreck. Someone else will be completely at fault. If you're one of the people who have been in a wreck, then you probably have some questions. If you've ever had a reason to consider a lawsuit, you probably focused your time on the other 4 W's: who, what, when, and why. But I bet you didn't spend much time considering the where. Knowing where you can file your lawsuit can sometimes be just as important as knowing who you can sue. Since you're the person initiating the lawsuit, you get first choice in where to file the suit. And as any real estate agent will tell you, the key is location, location, location. When you challenged someone to a race as a kid, you wanted it to be in your own backyard because you knew where every dip, hill, and pothole was. You want the same advantage in court. Those are your first words to yourself as the airbag smoke clears the air. That is, if you can even speak with lungs full of that pungent chemical concoction that feels like you're inhaling sand. Those of you that have smelled it know exactly what I'm talking about. Although it may seem like he just came out of nowhere, you know that he didn't magically appear out of thin air. And that's our first clue of where to file your lawsuit. That's right, where does he live? One of your first options in choosing where to file is the other guy's county of residence. I won't go into the endless possibilities for his county of residence being beneficial for you. Perhaps he has a bad reputation at home and you know that it will work to your advantage. But that's the sort of strategy that you and your attorney can discuss. Alternatively, if the other guy was driving a company truck and you're suing the company, you can choose to file your suit in the county of that company's principal office in Texas. Your passenger hit her head terribly hard during the wreck and doesn't know what just happened. The two of you were on a road trip far from home, still in Texas, but in a different county. This is our second clue of where to file your lawsuit. Where did the wreck take place? Under Texas law, you can choose to file your lawsuit in the county in which all or a substantial part of the events or omissions giving rise to the claim occurred. Depending on your facts, you'll have to decide whether this county gives you some sort of advantage, but it's important for you to know your options. As you're being loaded onto a stretcher while being swarmed over by paramedics, they're yelling questions at you, trying to determine how badly you're injured. One of the questions that they ask you as they load you onto an air ambulance is about your home address. They ask this question just to test your short-term memory, and that is our third clue of where to file your lawsuit. Where's your county of residence? If those first provisions don't apply to your situation, then you turn to the county where you resided when the wreck happened. For most people, this is the county that they want to turn to first, but Texas law saves it as a last resort. This is by no means an all-inclusive summary of Texas law on venue, but it should be enough to get you thinking about a legal topic that you hadn't considered before. Choosing the location of your coming fight isn't cheating or even being dishonest, because it's a well-preserved right outlined by our legislature. Just as you would with any other fight, you want to choose the time and place that gives you the most tactical advantage over your adversary. I can't tell you which of these places works the best, because with any situation, differing facts require different strategies. Make sure you discuss your trial strategy with your attorney at your initial consultation.